Hey, what's up, guys? Eric Green here of the Online Launch Team. I'm here with my good buddy, Austin Zulov. Austin, can you hear me? I know you're driving in the car and signal's not great, but want to make sure you're there.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little choppy, but I can hear you.
Okay. Listen, guys, we're going to be pretty quick on this. Austin's getting signal in and out, but we're going to be bringing to you guys probably every week. We're going to be picking Austin's brain. Austin is a full-time seasoned network marketer. He's phenomenal at what he does. And if you guys know me, obviously I'm one of the founders of the Online Launch Team. We have the honor not just to build network marketing companies, but we have really the honor to work with multiple six and seven-figure marketers. We help them generate leads. We help them build their brand. We help them bring their businesses online. So one of the things I wanted to do, because we have a lot of network marketers that follow us, is get guys like Austin who are in the field, who make things happen, who do big things in this industry, who's a phenomenal trainer. Just really take the time weekly to pick his brain and help you guys. So Austin, you ready for me to fire some questions at you today, buddy?
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to it. Heck yeah.
All right, so I had some people that chimed in. I put a post on Facebook, and there were a couple of things they wanted to talk about. The first was, obviously people that are new to the network marketing space. And by the way, before you answer this, if you want to give like a 45-second minute, just sort of background on yourself, feel free to do that. But one of the things that people face and they struggle with is fear of rejection. As you know, probably a lot of people getting involved in the network marketing the first time, they may not come from a background where they're having to, share an opportunity or share products, either with friends, family, or strangers. So obviously fear of rejection is pretty big. So how do you handle fear of rejection, and what do you teach the folks that you work with on a day-to-day basis to deal with fear of rejection?
Yeah. So there's a couple things. One, I would say we'll list these out. So the first thing I would say is to do it now. Okay, when you let inertia set in, you get that timidity and fear. So a lot of people, what they do is they ready, aim, and never fire. So you got to as soon as you get in, you've got to take massive action. Even if you don't know what you're doing, I would say still take massive action. But the other thing is to have a map, a massive action plan. The more that you know what you're doing, the more detailed your training is, and the better your support system, the less you're going to have that fear of rejection. Because, what we do is we provide proven and predictable systems to where people can win no matter what company that they're in. So, the better detailed your training is, the more confidence you'll have, the less likely you'll be to freeze and just not end up doing anything. Because we all know a confused mind does nothing. So if you have that training, then that does make a huge difference. Another thing that I would suggest is make your list as big as you can. I would say 200 or more people on your list. And the reason why for that is because when one person tells you no, if you only have like 10 or 15 people in mind that you're going to talk to, then that's a fraction of that's a chunk of your list gone just by one or two people telling you no. But if you have a list of 200 people, like the company that I'm currently a part of, I joined on a Thursday and made a list of 600 people I wanted to get the information in front of. I pulled up my social media, my phone contacts, and 600 people. And I still haven't contacted all of them. I went through with a sense of urgency Friday morning, and I started inviting everybody as if, I was on fire, and the only way to put this fire out was to contact everyone, So, those are just a few tips that I would recommend. And, I saw a meme online, Eric, one day, and it reminded me of you. It said, "Oh, you've got an opinion of what I'm doing. Which one of my bills are you going to be paying this month?" So it really doesn't matter. I know that a lot of network marketers would say just involved in personal self-development, like some Tony Robbins or some Grant Cardone, some Napoleon Hill, and that stuff is great. But I also believe if you have a definite plan of achievement, you have a strong enough reason why you're doing something, and then you take massive action from day one, you just don't have time for those thoughts to creep in and take control over your life.
That's fantastic information. It's sort of being able to put that armor on before you go out into battle, and really be prepared mentally, because you put in the work, you're on the calls, you've taken the time to learn about your product, you've taken the time to learn about your business a little bit. But more importantly, what I hear from you is on that subject is this, and that is you'll never get, and this is my opinion, you'll get the excitement about, but there's an excitement you can't bottle up when you first get involved in something new that you're super excited about, you're passionate about. I think you have a window there, and you just explained an opportunity where, you could take that window, and some people might wait a week, 2 weeks, 30 days, it turns into 6 months, and they just walk away. They never do anything. When you can put that all in a 48-hour window and say, I'm gonna do everything in my power, whether I'm gonna message them on Facebook, whether I'm gonna text them, whether I'm gonna pick up the phone and call them, and I'm gonna reach out to 300 people that I know and just say, hey, I'm excited and passionate about this. You want to take a look? So that is awesome. Let's get to the next one that people, and I guess it segues here a little bit, Austin. I got the question, when you're out there, and I know this will change based on experience and industry experience, but where are you at with posture? When you're out talking to people, when you're out engaging folks, when you're sharing the opportunity, when you're building your business, what sort of posture do you like to take? And, what do you share with your business partners, and how do you train on the very important, I think it's extremely important, posture?
Yeah, great question. So we have a whole training on posture, and how to develop the right posture to have the mindset of a big business builder. I think a lot of us have probably heard the saying, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? And, that's an important thing to know, that you need people, but you don't need any one person that you're talking to. That's an important thing to realize, because you have to have that complete emotional detachment from whether or not that person is interested, whether or not they join. So, be emotionally involved with the individual, but not the outcome. Care about the person, care about them, care about their family, care about their future, their business, but don't care about whether or not they join. That's another reason why making your list big is important, is because, you can have that good posture if you've got hundreds of people that you plan on talking to. With me, I think one of my biggest gifts is I just don't care. I mean, I know that sounds bad to some if you don't take it right, but let me explain. Is, even whenever I wasn't doing very well, I just knew that I would be successful. I mean, I just had this idea, this vision. I began with the end in mind. And when I was talking to folks, I mean, a lot of times I kind of already had the next person I was going to talk to in mind while I was talking to that individual. So, I mean, if someone joins you, cool. If not, that's cool too. Just keep them in your list, and, just drip information on them from time to time. But guys, definitely don't care about the outcome of whether or not they join you, because it's not like Eric Green or myself or, these guys that are making, 6, 7, 8 figures a year in network marketing. It's not like they're gifted and you're cursed. We truly have a level playing field. And the only difference between you and me, whoever's watching this, if you're struggling, whatever the case may be, is over the course of a few years, I've built some relationships with some people who understand the business model that I'm in. That's really it. That's really the only difference between you and me. So posture is very important. And Eric, I think that's a good separate training that we could do, because there's a whole training on how to develop the right posture step by step as well. Very important stuff.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. I mean, and I believe that the not caring, which is, and detaching yourself emotionally from the outcome, comes from activity. That's where I think, a lot of people think that, for me personally, my opinion is the massive activity is what creates for me personally, it's what creates posture for me. Because when I know that I'm willing to do the numbers and I'm willing to do the money-making activities and do the things necessary, when I know that I can continue to do that, even if I'm having, say, a tough day, and you will, where nothing's working, no one's interested, no one really wants to have anything to do with what you're doing, but you figure out a way to break through that and continue the activity, and then something powerful and incredible happens, and you bring someone in your business, and all of a sudden it takes you down a road. You're on a dead-end road, but you're willing to turn around and go back, and you see a road that wasn't there because you've connected with somebody, and all of a sudden it opens you up to a highway, and the next thing you know, you're running for the next month because you have somebody excited about the program getting you in front of people. And that only comes from activity. Activity and consistency is it. So we'll finish it off because we're going to kind of keep this short. We did the fear of rejection, we did posture. Let's talk a little bit, Austin. I just want to share with everybody, if you would, sort of your backstory. And you're actually getting ready to speak at one of a convention that is the be-all association around this entire industry, and you've been asked to speak there. So I really want to drive the point home that, please, guys, share this information. I'm really going to be tapping Austin's brain to get out some great information, because I think so many people are confused. Listen, I love online marketing. I do network marketing, okay? But I do it in a specific way because they're two different models. And I think really people get really confused when it comes to, say, affiliate marketing or network marketing versus these are in online marketing, they're completely different business models, okay? So it's important. My goal is to get to the network marketer and say, here's a guy that can help give you guys some fantastic tips. Yes, you want to be, I say, using online, but you have to be very careful. And I always tell people this, Austin, unless you're passionate about it, don't try to learn what I do. If you want to use me and allow what I do in an outsourcing way to get you leads and that sort of thing, great. But what do you think the number one thing, and you can talk a little bit about where you're speaking and everything, but the number one thing that a network, I think I know what you're going to say, but should be focused on a network marketer, versus where you see a lot of network marketers that are kind of getting involved in things that really, I think, are wasting a lot of their time, quite frankly. So I know that was a lot, but just kind of take it and run with it, and then we'll close it out.
So is the question, what's the number one thing that I think they should focus on? Or
Yeah. So just talk and share real quick where you're going to be speaking. I think that's important for them to know. But also, so where do you feel like they should be focused, and where do you think, based on what you've seen, because you're hybrid, you do stuff online, offline, where do you think people are kind of spinning their wheels and sort of wasting a little bit of time?
Well, I think that with any business, especially with what we do, Eric, it's important to be consistent and to kind of know how to treat your business like a business. So, for network marketers, a lot of them are trying to, they're trying to learn online marketing. There's nothing wrong with that, but until you know it, reach out to people like Eric Green and Ray Dietrich and Paul Turner and the launch team, and help those, let those guys help you out and get you some leads and things like that. That's what they're good at. That's not your forte yet, and until you learn it, let the people that are good at doing this sort of thing do what they're good at. What I would say most networkers need to focus on is having a system, just like a regular everyday, okay, I know what I'm doing with today type of system, and then being consistent, because we all know the story of the tortoise and the hare. I've seen networkers come in and they do very well very quickly, 3 to 6 months, and then they're off to the next deal, and they'll never develop a solid residual income that they can call a legacy income from doing that. I know 4 guys right now that can build 6-figure-a-month businesses and multiple businesses all at the same time that are sustainable. And it's because they all work together and they're super well connected and they work literally 24 hours a day. Never seen anything like it. But I think to answer your question very specifically, you need a system, which stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And you just need to be consistent. I teach something called the 7 Ps: posture, prospect, peak, point, pass, plug, and promote. And that explains the entire networking process that we do, start to finish, mindset to duplication. And so if you stick to that system, you know, we have a fast start training, we have that system, and then we have a training on how to launch your business like a pro. But we have a step-by-step, 3-step system that we adhere to, and you need to know nothing more about anything that has to do with this business than just that. So I think networkers need to find a system, they need to be consistent, and they need to, part of that is staying plugged in. So consistency, it's not hard. I dropped out my 3rd, so technically I think that makes me have about a 5th or 6th grade education. You know, I mean, and if I can do it, you know, if I can become a 7-figure earner in network marketing, then anyone else can. And to kind of answer your question, where am I speaking at? So my good friend Josephine Gross at Networking Times Magazine is doing an 8-page spread on me for the Association of Network Marketing. I had a chance to speak at the Association of Network Marketing Professionals event in Dallas, Texas, June 1st through 4th. And so I'm also working with John C. Maxwell on the 15 Laws of Growth for Network Marketing, and that'll be available to the public July 11th. I'm working with some other really good guys like Holton Bugs and Armand Pouliot and just some legends in the industry, all doing one law for John C. Maxwell. And we'll be in Atlanta recording that June 21st through 24th, and it'll be available to the public by July 11th. So we've got a lot of really positive stuff happening right now with the organization.
Well, man, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I want to let everyone know, if you've made it this far, I want you to do a couple of things for me, guys. Number one, you know, we're gonna be firing off and really tapping into Austin's brain. You know, probably once a week, I'm gonna be doing these Zooms with him and really tapping in and giving some great value. So give us your feedback. What sorts of things, if you're in network marketing, what sorts of things, you know, do you need help on? Where are you at? What sort of questions should I be throwing at Austin? Let's go ahead and leverage his background and skill set to do that. Number two, guys, whatever business, if you're passionate about the current business you're in, I want you to stay focused on that business. I want you to be excited about that business. And if you need any help with that business, we're here and available. If you are, in fact, someone who is looking for leadership, looking for coaching, looking for mentorship, looking for opportunity, okay, I want you to just reach out to me. We're working behind the scenes with Austin, putting some really cool stuff together. His company's getting ready to launch in about 90 days to the UK, so we've got a lot of exciting things going. We're building some systems and different things, some advertising in the background. So if you guys are in a position and you're open and you want to look at something and what has Austin so excited and sort of myself really excited to, you know, again, I sort of build these sort of my way in the background and find influencers and then work with guys that are pros and really leverage their skill set and what they do day to day to grow these types of businesses. So if that's you, reach out to me, and I'd love to show you what we're up to. But more importantly, Austin, really appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate your time and look forward to doing these week in and week out with you, dude.
Man, I appreciate you, and we're just going to keep providing more and more value, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. Thank you, Eric.
Bye, guys.